live.
Ricky
Patel, as always, first in chat.
Hello everyone. Hello Ricky.
I have to say, if the umpire had correctly called that first ball a wide,
yes,
I would have been almost there.
You're actually the closest though. So
Sid gets his and I get 24-0-24. My prediction in scores is wrong.
Well and truly off the mark.
So, but among the teams also, we picked Gujarat, both of us.
Yeah,
I picked Rajasthan.
So don't forget that, guys.
Yeah, I will.
Let's see who trolls who.
But credit to Hardik Pandya. We've seen that old Hardik Pandya in which he just flattened the bowling in particular. 167 strike rate. His partnership with Abhinav Manohar Sadarangini boosted Gujarat to such a good total after Matthew Wade's unlucky run out, I may say, because he was looking good form with those 3 boundaries of Nisham, and Vijay Shankar's absolute horrendous stroke to get out. And we have Nikhil. Hi Nikhil.
Hello.
I love Vijay Shankar. How good was he?
Absolutely amazing. For our trolling.
For the 3rd time in a row in this IPL, the 3 games that he has played, he played more balls than the runs he scored.
But today, Nikhil, we all have to be silenced by Riyan Parag. 1 wicket he took. That was
Shubman Gill.
Shubman Gill, that too.
Before that, he was tongued. Okay, and Gill thought that, oh man, this guy is bowling. I'll hit another 6, and that's when he perished. But for a moment, let's concentrate on the guy who made the difference. And that was Hardik Pandya was.
Wow.
This is what I was expecting of Hardik Pandya in that last game.
Captain's knock.
And today he came in early and still you saw the kind of damage he could do. Nikhil, very impressed with Hardik Pandya. 87 run innings, batting at number 4 for this side.
With a strike rate of 167, by the way.
Exactly. And the biggest talking point in the last game was, and I saw a lot of articles, a lot of debate about Hardik Pandya's strike rate and why was he batting like that. So I think Hardik Pandya was getting runs, and we were thinking that why is his strike rate, I think he was around 130s if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Why was it like that? Maybe most people thought that he was trying to play a captain's knock and playing that anchor role. But last game, I think they got a below par total versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. So Hardik Pandya is showing you that he's not just playing the big knocks that you require from a captain, but he's playing them at a great strike rate, which he could do, which he has the ability to do. And on top of that, there was a lot of talk about Hardik Pandya being very angry when he was there on the field, very angry with his bowlers, and there were memes I saw कि Hardik Pandya को गुस्सा क्यों आता है. I think वो सारा गुस्सा is taken out with the bat.
Yeah.
For the critics that were questioning him, that was saying that, oh, okay, fine, he's getting runs, but not getting at a very quick strike rate. Okay, yes, he's getting the wins, but is he the ideal captain because he's getting very upset on the field, abusing some of his senior players? Of course, he's answered all of them, and I think at the moment he's looking as one of those certainties that we keep talking about in the World T20 11. We were all waiting for his fitness, whether he'll be fit, whether he'll be in form. At the moment, he is. If you're going to write the name of Yuzi Chahal and Jasprit Bumrah, those names that we keep talking about, that are going to be a certainty, I think Hardik Pandya is one of them.
Yes. And also he is now the orange cap holder.
Oh yes, indeed.
Only for a short time. Let's see how much Butler gets it.
What if he gets out for a duck?
Then yes, Hardik Pandya's got.
So I'm going to talk about what's right now. Maybe Butler overtakes him in this innings after this. But right now, Hardik Pandya is the orange cap holder.
Speaking of what happened right now, something that I think none of you saw coming, but which I thought might happen, Killer Miller's return.
Yes, if it's in the V, I hit it into a tree. If it's in the arc, I hit it out of the park. Killer Miller.
So I remember. So
it's taken 8-9 years for Miller to just come into his own after that breakthrough season in 2013.
So let me actually tell you why I thought they might send him ahead of Tewatia. One, I find Tewatia is better if they're chasing. And there's an X amount of runs, and he plays scoreboard pressure very well. I'll give him that. The other thing was when Siddharth and I were on a watch along on our sister channel, by the way, do join us over there as well. But and he said that no, they should have sent Tewatia. I said, you know what, because there's a spinner. But I said, you know what, Ashwin only has Chahal had 1 ball left. Ashwin is hit or miss. I said after that he'll be playing the Pacers and he might just actually end up tonking them out of the park. And what happened?
Yep, Kuldeep Sen had a very off day after those last over exploit that he had in the previous
half
game.
Century for him.
Half century.
Who
Kuldeep
didn't have
Sen.
an off day in the bowling? I just reiterate that point that they play with just two good bowlers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then one of them wasn't playing today.
It says a
And
lot
just see
that, you know,
what
Yuzi
happens
Chahal
with
was
them.
their best bowler and his economy rate was 8. So,
Yep.
No, but he's been their best bowler in every game.
True.
And that's why I say if it's Bolt and Chahal that are going to be your good bowlers, the day either one of them have an off day,
Then you're done for,
Rajasthan
yeah.
points. And
Yep.
now one of them didn't play, so you know how many runs can be scored against this team.
yes.
And because they've gone with specific, all-out bowlers, not so many all-rounders, that hampers their batting as well. So that's the whole that I'm talking about when it comes to Rajasthan. Like, for example, when they're going to be chasing a big total today, then you're also going to be looking at, okay, what will happen once, okay, if you get a good start, then it's great. If Josh Butler is firing, then it's great. But then if you lose 3 or 4 wickets quickly, do they have the batting then to get you those big total? So I think if you look at that team in totality, I know they've had great results, but look at that team in totality and then you have your doubts about them making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
at least they have got some depth in batting in this game. I feel with
Yeah.
Jimmy Neesham's inclusion.
Nishamin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sarat Chandra Yalamarti is saying, please take my name taken.
Ah.
And Hardik Pandya, fire, yes. Prem Luthra, good morning guys from California. Good evening
morning.
to you from India.
Yeah.
Then Parag took a crucial wicket with ice popping. Redacted Shetty, yes. We are also stunned by that, but okay. Vintage Miller on display. Anish Nakra, Shane, he seems to agree with you.
Yeah,
totally.
absolutely. This was Killer Miller at his finest.
Vintage Miller is like I don't know whether
2014
it holds true.
Miller.
It's like Vintage Miller happened some 8 years back.
True, years back.
Okay, and after that he's still eating because of
That one year.
those innings that he played that season.
Yes. Pratish Ranjan has a question for you, Nikhil. My question, it's time to look over Ashwin. He looks defensive, which is not working now. Wicketless in every other match. We haven't talked about Ashwin, right? Can try for economy, but he doesn't take wickets in T20.
We have discussed this many times.
Yeah.
Nikhil, your thoughts?
But I have been saying this not from now, even if you go back into before the T20 World Cup started and he was brought back into white ball cricket. At that time only a lot of us had raised doubts about him being in the white ball team. You could leave, again, I'm not comparing finger spinner to a wrist spinner, but how on earth could you leave a Yuzi Chahal out from a T20 format and then take Ravichandran Ashwin? What happened at that time, and I think this is a folly, a mistake that our selectors make quite often, they end up confusing formats. So I'll give you an example. What happens after the IPL, they selected the Test 11, and what did they do? They left Hanuma Vihari out because he was not part of the IPL, right? And you are selecting a Test team.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
did you do? Select a T20 team because Ashwin's had a great outing in Test cricket, so you bring him in white ball format as well. So that's the mistake they've been making. Again, Ravichandran Ashwin is a must. He's one of the biggest match winners we have in Test match cricket,
True.
in red ball cricket. Is he the same bowler in white ball cricket, especially T20? I'm not too sure. And this has not been a trend now. If you look at his stint with Delhi as well,
Yeah.
he was getting them the wickets. Amit Mishra, who Delhi wouldn't play, would play those one-off games when someone was injured or not available and would come and take all the wickets. Whereas Ashwin would play majority of the games, but he was trying to be more economical. And I think the issue there is that I think he experiments a lot in trying to contain the batsman, and then the other mentality is let me contain the batsman. And if you're scared, if you talk to spinners, they'll always tell you a spinner needs to have a big heart. That means he shouldn't be scared of getting hit. And I see that with Ashwin because of the reputation he carries. Maybe sometimes he's a bit wary of getting hit for a lot of runs, and then he tries to bowl flatter, tries a lot of variation, and then he will get a good economy, but will never get you wickets. Ask any captain in the world, what would you rather prefer? Someone going for 8 or 9 runs and over, but getting you 3 to 4 wickets, or somebody going for 6 or 7 runs and over, but getting you no wickets? The answer is clear. Anyone will pick a wicket taker. So in white ball cricket, in T20 cricket, I again, as I've said, he's not a match winner. You can use him, but does he offer a lot with you with the bat? No. In Test cricket, he does. that batting style suits Test cricket, not so much in T20 cricket. So again, and maybe that's the reason that he's not one of those players that each franchise goes for. He's a big name in Indian cricket, but I guess the problem here is we're confusing formats.
Yes, so Galaxy Warriors saying, please do watch along when MI versus CSK. We will. The El Clasico of IPL, indeed. Yes, I want that cringe thing to be there along with you and Siddhan. But yeah, no. Prasad Bhagat is saying, before this year, we always have good top order batsmen, then we fit them in middle order of India. But this season, we can see some good middle order batsmen in the form of Ayush Badoni, Jitesh Sharma, Abhinav Manohar Sadrangini and Tilak Verma. Yes, I think this IPL 2022, thanks to 10 teams, we are now seeing the depth. And you've seen such great players come out. The breakthrough players like Ayush Badoni, Tilak Verma, Abhinav Manohar Sadrangini,
Jitesh Sharma,
Vaibhav Arora, I may add in that list. But again, that partnership with Abhinav and Hardik, that helped Gujarat recover after that horrendous start. It was Hardik who took the lead with some aggressive batting, but then Abhinav also stepped up.
Yeah.
And that, I think they had a partnership over 100, if I'm not mistaken.
Could be.
That partnership has put Gujarat in such a position that Killer Miller had the
freedom to actually attack.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So yes, Parminder saying, yes Parminder, I did take your suggestion to support Punjab. I almost ruled that decision, but thank God they came through. What happened to Nikhil sir? What happened to face? Look at the starting video, look at our
many explainers.
Yes, look at the video there. We have explained what has happened. McCullum is identical to Finch.
I think he's talking about their features.
The features?
I think the build and all.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay. So 192.
Please take redacted Shetty's
comment. For you.
This season, MI and CSK not El Clasico but El Bottomo at the moment. Salty indeed. But it's okay. Varun Parvataneni has given a great match report. I mean, it can be our template coming on. Good score. Hardik corrected his strike rate. Vijay Shankar struggles. Killer Miller coming good. Ashish Nehra taking notes. Joss B removing orange cap.
Once he realized Hardik had gone past him.
Excellent match report, Varun. I mean, you take that template forward. Even Ernest Hemingway would have been proud of this. Nikhil, what do you think? 190.
Tell our viewers a bit more about Abhinav Manohar, yaar. What a batsman.
What a batsman. I mean, as mentioned in this list, there are some breakthrough guys coming through in the form of Tilak Verma, Ayush Badoni, and now Abhinav Manohar Sadrangini. You can add Jitesh Sharma and Vaibhav Arora to that list. Abhinav Manohar Sadrangini made his breakthrough in the Karnataka Premier League while he was playing for Bellary Tuskers and Belagavi Panthers. His strike rate was close to 150 and average just over 35. Potent coming in at number 5 or number 6. And he showed it here. But here, he was mature enough to take the second lead and build the innings along with Hardik.
For him, Abhinav Manohar, by the way, I think he fetched a price of 2.6 crore rupees from the Gujarat Titans. The fact that this guy was asked to come for trials by 6 franchisees
says a lot.
Okay, it says a lot. This guy scored, if I'm not wrong, around 162 runs in 4 innings in the Syed Mushtaq Ali.
Yep.
So that is where everybody saw him, thought maybe he could suit their franchisee, and then asked him to come and play for them, give trials. And then, of course, Gujarat Titans went for him at the auction and picked him up for 2.6 crores.
Rashi Agarwal is saying Sanju Samson didn't have a good day as captain. How can you let go of the match of 3 down for 53? I don't know, guys, but I think the bowlers miss their lengths a lot more. So if a batsman hits a 96 meter or a 90 meter 6,
no field setting is actually
any field setting can do. I think the bowlers let Samson down rather than Samson letting the team down with his captaincy. What do you think, Nikhil? Did you get that feel that Sanju Samson's captaincy was off it, or just the bowlers lost the plot?
No, I think he doesn't have the resources. Same thing again. Though I think Sanju Samson still needs to be a bit more authoritative as captain. Whatever little I've seen of him, what does he? I don't know. Does he command a position in the team where he can tell, let's say, Ravichandran Ashwin, what is it that he wants from him? Maybe he wants more out of him. I mean, what is that that sort of a equation does he have with a lot of other players? I mean, those are little details that will make a huge difference as to how Sanju Samson then goes on as captain. But whatever little we've seen of him, he hasn't been called into action as in the team. Whenever they won it on the back of some outstanding individual performances. You'd really have to see how, in crunch situation, whether he could do something differently. But at the moment, I mean, I'm just looking at today's game. Could he have done something differently? Not quite. I think Hardik was in great form. He gave that one over to Riyan Parag and reduced one of Jimmy Neesham, which I think was the right call. Other than that, I can't see I can't fault him at the moment, but his real test will be when they're going to be playing a lot of close game, in the sense where the captaincy is really going to come into the fore. So I'll still wait on to pass my judgment on.
Before we sign off, Varun has this question. With Butler in such good form, Nikhil, do you think Gujarat should take the punt and open with Rashid Khan?
Well, they're not, so it doesn't matter.
Way.
Well,
They opened with Shami, so
Yeah, the other end.
I think.
and they're about to take a review, I guess.
Yeah.
Have they taken a review?
With Shami around, how
They have
can
taken
you
a review, I
think
guess.
of Going with anyone other than Shami.
And
With Shami
Lockie
around,
too, I
you
mean-
can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but prediction time then, guys. I mean, okay, we may have a wicket first ball here, but
I'm sticking with Gujarat.
Gujarat have reviewed it, and I think it was Rashid Khan who reviewed it because Hardik Pandya is not on the field right now.
Yeah, well, he was suffering from
Yes,
dehydration.
yeah. He was cramping up.
Update for you guys. While Hardik Pandya was batting, he was, I think, suffering from cramp or dehydration.
Or maybe both.
So he's not on the field, and Rashid is taking over captaincy duties.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And it's Butler. I think they have gone for the review first ball because
Because
it's
of
Josh
Butler. And Wade went up instantly. So there was something there. Was it bat? Was it pad?
We'll have
We'll
to
know soon enough.
check.
Could
We'll
be
have
thigh
to
pad
check.
also for all we know. Let's
Rashid
see.
is captain. If Rashid is captain, then he can decide if he wants to.
Ball for
Wait. Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Oh, for the first time, Wade has taken a
Yeah.
bat.
He was bad. He was
Brush
bad.
it, high pad.
Brushing thigh pad, yeah. So, Nikhil, what's
Oh
your
no,
prediction?
normal pad,
It's
not
very-
thigh
it's
pad
the
also.
Easy thing to do to predict Gujarat, even though I'm going with Gujarat. I mean, let's see someone.
I predicted RR. Sid has predicted Gujarat. What about you, Nikhil?
He's Gujarat.
I'm picking Gujarat, but I
Gujarat.
think that's the easy thing to do. Let me see someone pick Rajasthan.
Only Sidvi has
I
picked
did,
Rajasthan.
I did.
Only he picked Rajasthan when the game started. Also,
Yeah.
we guys still went for Gujarat even before the first ball was bowled.
And I'm sticking to that.
And I'm sticking to that as well.
Sticking with them. Is he sticking with them?
Yes, I'm still sticking with it. And Butler gets off the mark with a boundary. Yes.
All right, we'll be back,
We will
after,
be back.
after this game gets over, guys.
Do
Do
it
join
will be a
us for
pretty
that.
close game, I'm telling you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Nikhil.